Have you ever stood by the ocean, looked at that vast expanse of water, and wondered, with so much water, why do we have shortages? It's a question that has puzzled humanity for centuries. More than 70% of our planet is covered in water, but less than 1% of it is accessible fresh water. For arid countries, this isn't just a puzzle. It's a daily life-or-death challenge. But what if I told you there's a nation, largely covered in desert, that not only solved its water crisis, but now has a surplus? A nation that literally turned the sea into a limitless tap of fresh, drinkable water. This is the story of Israel, a country that didn't just find water in the desert, it created it. Let's rewind a bit. Israel's history is deeply intertwined with a struggle for water. Located in one of the most water-scarce regions on Earth, the country faced a constant threat. In the early 2000s, a devastating, decade-long drought brought the nation to its knees. The Sea of Galilee, its largest freshwater lake, dropped to dangerously low levels. Water rationing became the norm. Farmers watched their crops wither, and the very future of the nation seemed uncertain. It was a crisis of biblical proportions. But out of this desperation, an audacious plan was born. If nature wouldn't provide the water, they would make it themselves. The idea of turning saltwater into freshwater, called desalination, isn't new. But doing it on a national scale, affordably and efficiently, that was the stuff of science fiction. The challenges were immense. Traditional desalination methods were notorious for being energy guzzlers, making the water they produced incredibly expensive. They also had environmental drawbacks. But Israeli engineers and scientists weren't deterred. They were determined to crack the code. The breakthrough came with a technology called reverse osmosis. Now stay with me because this is where the magic happens. Imagine a super fine filter, a membrane so sophisticated that its pores are smaller than a single salt molecule. In reverse osmosis, seawater is pushed at high pressure against these membranes. The water molecules, being tiny, can squeeze through, but the larger salt, mineral, and other impurity molecules are left behind. What comes out on the other side is pure, clean, fresh water. It sounds simple, but perfecting it was a Herculean task. Israeli engineers pioneered innovations to make the process incredibly efficient. They developed better, more durable membranes. They created ingenious energy recovery systems that would capture the pressure from the exiting saltwater brine and use it to help pressurize the incoming seawater. This single innovation slashed energy consumption by nearly half, dramatically lowering the cost of the water. Suddenly, large-scale desalination wasn't just possible, it was practical. So, Israel embarked on one of the most ambitious infrastructure projects of the 21st century. They started building massive desalination plants along their Mediterranean coast. First came Ashkelon, then Hadera, and then Sorek, which when it was built was the largest and most advanced plant of its kind in the world. Imagine a facility that can produce over 600,000 cubic meters of fresh water every single day. That's enough to fill 250 Olympic-sized swimming pools. Every day. Today, Israel has a network of these mega plants, and the results are staggering. These facilities now provide around 80% of the country's domestic urban water. Let that sink in. The water flowing from the taps in Tel Aviv, the water used for cooking and showering, is largely water that was, just a day before, part of the Mediterranean Sea. The nation that was once on the brink of a water catastrophe now has a surplus. They have so much water, in fact, that they are now using it to do something once thought impossible, refilling the Sea of Galilee. Think about that for a moment. They are pumping man-made fresh water northward through a national water carrier system to replenish a natural lake that was once drying up. It's a powerful symbol of turning the tide, of humans working with nature to restore balance. This water revolution has transformed the country. Agriculture is thriving, with Israeli farmers using advanced drip irrigation, another Israeli invention, to grow produce in the desert with stunning efficiency. Cities are green, and the fear of the tap running dry has become a distant memory. But the story doesn't end at Israel's borders. The technology and expertise developed there are now being shared with the world. From California to India, from Spain to China, countries facing their own water challenges are looking to the Israeli model. Israeli companies are helping build desalination plants globally, sharing the knowledge that it's possible to secure a nation's water future, even in the face of climate change and growing populations. What's truly inspiring about this story is the mindset behind it. It's a testament to human ingenuity, perseverance, and the refusal to accept limitations. When faced with a seemingly insurmountable problem, they didn't just manage the crisis, they innovated their way out of it. They looked at their biggest disadvantage, a long coastline and a vast desert, and turned it into their greatest strength. The process isn't perfect, of course. There are ongoing environmental considerations, like the management of the salty brine that's left over. But even here, innovation continues. Scientists are exploring ways to use this brine, to extract valuable minerals from it, or to disperse it in ways that minimize impact on marine ecosystems. The journey of improvement never stops. So, the next time you hear about water shortages or the challenges of climate change, remember this story. Remember the nation that built a new water reality from scratch. It's a powerful reminder that with bold thinking and a commitment to innovation, we can solve the world's most pressing problems. What was once considered a miracle is now a daily reality, all thanks to a smart, efficient, and revolutionary way of thinking about the water all around us. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive into one of the world's greatest modern engineering marvels. If you found this story as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button and consider subscribing for more stories about the incredible innovations shaping our world. Let us know in the comments what you think. Could this be the solution for your region? Until next time, stay curious.